rise and fall.
Welcome from the Black and Gold podcast to the Weekend Review Show. Thanks for joining us on the review show as we look forward to all the action in European football, and we'll look back at the weekend's action as well. Pedro, how are you today?
All right, mate. How are you?
All good, yes. Nice for
Monday
a Monday.
Again.
Yeah, great.
Quick coming in, isn't it?
Very quick weekend, loads of football happening, but we'll obviously need to start with Annan. Another defeat, 3-0 as well.
Yeah.
Looked quite a big defeat when I seen it come in. Was it a 3-0 game? Honestly?
Probably.
Yeah.
Aye, probably. Two goals from the first one and the third one come from corners, front post area. Well, front area. The first one the boy got up really well actually, but we could have done better, I feel. Second goal, ball come through the middle. Boyd turned, clipped it around the corner, run in and finished it off. And then again the third one was front post area from a corner. So
two set pieces in.
Two set pieces, first one and third one. Aye.
Disappointing, that, isn't it?
Aye, it is, because I feel like we've always have been, as of late, a pretty solid defensively.
Yep.
But we're not. Again, I know it was set pieces, so we've had a wee bit of change in personnel. We brought Reece Breen come in. That was his first game.
Right. Okay.
Left-sided centre half, big, strong, aggressive. But I actually thought had a
Where's he
decent
come
game.
from?
Dunfermline on loan.
Right. Okay.
Ex-Rangers.
Yep.
Willie had him at Queen of the South when he was, I think, 18 or 19. He was saying.
Okay.
But he is. He was aggressive and he was actually quite tidy with his feet as well, which
But that was his first game.
That was his first game.
Yeah.
So it's like he doesn't know anyone apart
Yep.
from Willie, probably. Or it looked like he didn't know anyone apart from Willie.
Maybe not played a lot of football, especially at that intense level.
Well, that's why you come out on loan,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yeah. No, totally.
You haven't been playing to get more games.
Did you have many chances or?
Eddie had a strike kind of first half, 18, 19 yards out, on target, goalie saves it. But there wasn't, I don't think there was much else.
Lacking spark? Or?
Just a wee bit toothless. I think it's a wee bit of a lull. Kind of no hiding. Also, you can see in the results and the fans can see it, but no more than the staff or the players.
Yep.
We're the ones that are raging at it and gutted.
Yeah.
Trying to work hard to try and rectify it. And I think with the players that we've got in that squad, there's no way we should be in form like this, but it happens sometimes.
It's a very competitive league, though. That's what I would say. I would say when you look at the league, it's a difficult league to pick up 3 points at any time. But again, I think if you've got momentum, it's probably a little bit easier. But if you're struggling with form and results, then obviously it becomes that hard sort of run away game as well. Kelty have been decent this season.
They were decent.
Yep.
I thought they'd done really well. I thought they did do really well.
They've got some good players. I heard the rumour that Tidser potentially could be moving on as manager.
Right.
Been linked with the AFC Filed job down in the English lower leagues, so they're a big ambitious club, huge budget.
They could have gone Friday night, couldn't they?
Aye, no, so he's been linked to it, so obviously he's done a good job and ambitious.
He's still playing, I know, that's the thing. Obviously he brought himself off. Who's the point that helps him? Geordie?
I don't know.
Obviously he's a Geordie spoken fella, so I
yeah,
presume that's why they call him.
I don't know. Obviously I played with Tidser at Falkirk. He's a good guy. I like Tidser a lot. He's a talented footballer, really talented. Brilliant left foot, range of passing, clever guy as well, so I could always see him going into management. So yeah, he's obviously done well.
Did he do that course for you?
No, he never. No. He's maybe done it since, but always had good chats with him about football, and he was a decent lad. So I'm pretty sure he'll go on and be successful. So how do you turn it around? Hard work?
Positivity, Cammy. Positivity. It is, isn't it?
No,
you can't make it worse. You can only make it worse by being negative. What's the point in?
It's still early in the season as well.
What are we? 8 games in.
Yep.
It's 8 games. What have we got? 7 points. Obviously, you would have loved more.
Yep.
But we've not. We're where we are. What's the point in moping about?
The league's still, again, we said it last week, very tight. It's not changed dramatically. I think a win moves you up quite a few places.
Well, aye. 10th. Again, a win on Saturday would have jumped us up even more, but it is what it is. You can't just keep saying, we should have done this, we should have done that. We didn't. That's fact. We didn't. They were better than us on the day. Look at next week. How do we improve? I think we've got to be positive. We just have to not be positive because it's quite a negative. As you know, Ken, when you've been in teams before and you're in a bit of a lull or you're in a down patch, but we just have to be positive. Just get back in the boat and try and make it fun, and hopefully the boys turn up and enjoy it, buy into it, which they have done. It's just going over stuff again and just making sure that it's fresh in their mind and trying to do what the manager wants, or playing a shape, or trying to get that style of play back that we had at I know it's easy to say in that Premier League Cup because it's a false, isn't it? It's a new squad for everyone, but some of the football we played then, and then we went into Cove and we went into Inverness, some of the football was excellent, and it's basically the same team, so
it's going to be hard though. Again, high flying Montrose, who are sitting third in the league, again have had a decent start, only 1 point off top, so you've got them. At least it's at Gallowbank, so hopefully the fans can get behind you, and hopefully try and get a positive result.
Aye, well, they drew 2-2
well, yeah.
So it will be tough. Hopefully they're coming down thinking it'll be tough enough. So, and it always is. We give them a good game just every time we play them. So, fairly confident things are going to pick up. Could have done with picking up last week. Could have done with picking up the week before. But it's what it is. There's no point in dwelling on it.
Next week.
Next weekend,
Peter.
Mañana.
Anything else happening at the weekend?
2017s went to Greyston.
Oh yes,
done well. They were playing against a few teams, and the Greyston had some 2016s playing out, so they're playing older age groups. So I think by all accounts, obviously I missed it. We're up at the Kelty game, but Mish and Nick were there helping coach. So they said they done well.
Good.
Kids enjoyed it, so that's the main thing.
Good, yes. And hopefully everyone enjoyed the weekend from the youths and the girls and ladies team as well.
They had a good win on the 14s.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, so no, it's positive. Hopefully that can feed into the first team.
Oh, filter up. Feel good factor.
Yes, bring it around the club.
Get it around the club. What were you up to the weekend, Cam? I saw you on the telly yesterday.
I was a busy man. this weekend. I done my normal results show, which was fine. We were short and sharp again because Strictly's taken over the world. Although I've seen their ratings are dropping, so we might get a little longer slot.
Aren't they?
And then yesterday was at Ibrox actually doing the highlights show for the BBC as well. So.
How's the new improvements looking anyway?
The new improvements, you see when we were in the stadium, you can't actually notice it that much when you're not in that stand.
So long, isn't it?
Yeah, mental. But again, I know a lot of it was to do with disability access and stuff like that. So yeah, it is what it is. It's done now. So it was packed. It was brilliant atmosphere. I wouldn't say the same about the game. Rangers were really poor.
Did a few of the players sat in that disabled access?
I think some of the fans might have wanted them to. They were poor and a lot of frustration from the fans. Again, when you're sitting in the crowd, you can hear it that little bit more. It's strong. And then Cherny actually reacted to the fans.
Did he?
He threw his arms and gave them an F off, which wasn't great.
Doesn't go down well.
He got subbed 3 minutes later.
Did he?
And Clement had a good chat with him on the sidelines for a good 30 seconds, and I'm pretty sure he was saying, look, you can't do that. You can't do that to the fans. They're allowed to vent their frustration at you, and that's just part and parcel of being a Rangers player. So, it was a frustrating afternoon for Rangers, but listen, they got the 3 points. I've said that at the end. That was all it was about. They had a massive European game on Thursday night. They won that. They've got a result against Hibs. And Hibs are a decent team, actually. They're no bad. Dwight Gale up front, actually.
Aye. Premier League?
Yeah, and he should have scored with a header. He had a massive chance second half with about 15 minutes to go and headed it just wide. It looked like it was in when he headed it, but it just went past the post. So Butland saved a penalty as well.
I seen that, aye. Touching on, this might be a good goal as well, Lawrence's.
Oh, amazing goal. It was given offside, actually.
Right.
The linesman flagged, and that's where I actually sat in the stand and I spoke about this. I was like, this is where I don't like VAR, because he scored an absolute worldie, top corner, brilliant finish, and he's seen the linesman flag going up,
so he couldn't celebrate.
And he put his hands in his head. So then everyone then went and set up for a free kick, and obviously went to VAR. And it's where VAR's good in a way because it got the right decision because it was, but then it was just took the whole momentum out of the celebration and the enjoyment of the goal because he didn't celebrate it. I know he kind of celebrated it once the referee gave the goal, but it wasn't the same.
No.
But it was what a finish it was. Brilliant.
See, I've got to take you back to that when you were saying about Czerny reacting to the fans. Have you ever had a flare up with fans?
Not my own fans, no. I think that's where Czerny's kind of found it different. They're just back in Ibrox. Hampden's completely different. You're miles away from the stand, so you can hear the fans, but not as clear. I think Ibrox is a different atmosphere.
It's
when
personal.
things aren't going well, the fans let you know about it. They absolutely do, and they've got a right to, because they've got huge expectation, demands, and that's what the club's all about. He just needs to get used to it. He'll need to get used to that. If they're not playing well, they were 1-0 up at this point, and they were getting stick. Wait until they're getting beat, and then the fans will give them it, and that's just part and parcel of being a Rangers player. So. I've had loads of stick off like away
goalie
fans.
gets it,
right
stinking you, the whole game.
I've had that a lot.
Good shouts, like
Many a good shouts. I actually won as a pundit. Right, so I went to Ayr. I got stitched up. The BBC sent me to Ayr, and obviously the Ayr fans absolutely hate me being a ex-Killie player. And we were up in the gantry, and the game was about to kick off, and I thought, I've went under the radar here, brilliant. There's no been too many, a few grumbles and groans at me, but nothing too bad. They then switched ends. So what the Ayr fans do is they walk round.
Whichever way they're shooting.
Oh, they walked right past us. A few of them, there's Cammy Bell up there. One guy all I heard was like, so I was getting pelters, fucking, you're a Killie bastard, blah, blah, blah. And this guy was, look at the size of you, Cammy. I just burst out laughing. Amazing. That was so good. I was like, that's the best when you give me all these fucking language words and shouting at me, but what a shout. So, look at the size of you. I was like, fucking hell, put on a bit of beef, alright, geese break.
I was trying to time
but you get stick and you get used to it, so.
But the Botox are out.
The Botox is looking great. It's a hair. I actually got it yesterday. One of the boys, Gav, who was helps the kit man at Hibs, and he was there when I was there, and he's like, "There's something different about you, son." He's an older fella, and I was like, he says the hair. I was like, aye. I says, a wee bit of colour in there, Gav. I like it, son. I like it. So, he was all for it. So
nice.
That's what it is. So.
And he was sitting in disability with his guide dog.
So we've got again another big result of the weekend. What I would say was Falkirk getting beat. 43 games unbeaten in the league, obviously.
Falkirk?
Yeah, Falkirk. Yep. Incredible run that they were on.
Raith Rovers won it 1-0.
1-0 to Raith. It was a penalty. Yeah, I think it was Jack Hamilton that scored it. But yeah, a brilliant run they've been on. But it'll be interesting to see how they react now because of
never been in that position for a while,
for a long time as a team. So it'll be interesting. Queen's got a good win,
of the league.
Good win at home, top of the league. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can put a run together. Ayr United as well are going well.
Yeah,
going
still
really good.
They're unbeaten.
Yeah, they're going well. Under Scott Brown signed a new deal as well during the week. He went and had a conversation with St Johnstone for the vacancy there. Basically said it wasn't for him. Went back to Ayr and signed a new deal. So the St Johnstone one's an interesting one. The land manager as well has yesterday just turned that one down as well. So
wow.
Yes, a bit strange the way that one's panning out. So it'll be interesting to see who they can get in. But looking ahead,
any crack on the Hearts job?
No, there's not been a lot actually. It's been fairly quiet. They struggled at the weekend again. They got a 1-1 draw with Ross County, a last minute goal from Shankland. Scrambled to get a draw, so it was a big point for them, to be fair, because it just breaks that run of defeats. And it
happens when the manager goes, isn't it?
I know, but I didn't quite see the reaction from them.
Maybe because they've not got a new man. Who's Kelty?
Liam Fox is in there. Lee Wallace. So Lee Wallace is helping.
Is he?
Yeah, he was helping Foxy. So Liam Fox he takes the B team. So he stepped up at the moment along with Lee Wallace. So
does he help coaching it at all?
Who?
Lee Wallace.
Yeah, Lee Wallace is in there. He's been in there for a few years.
Is he?
Doing the
youth level?
Yeah,
youth
levels. So he's kind of stepped up, helping on Saturday anyway. So it was a decent point in the end because they scored last minute, literally last kick of the ball. So they'll be happy to get a point on the board, but they'll be looking for more than that going forward. Celtic on Saturday night, phenomenal performance, 6-0.
Yeah,
incredible. Some of the goals they scored was different level.
You were saying people were saying it was the best they've ever seen.
I heard a lot of people saying the best. Hugh Keevins actually yesterday when I was driving down the road was on Off the Ball with Tam Cowan, and I heard him saying that it was one of the best performances he's ever seen in his 40 odd years of covering Scottish football.
Fucking
so
steaming. Steaming. Absolutely Willie beaming. Like.
Couldn't you mind that? That was the only one he could remember. But nah, listen, they were brilliant. Some of the goals were different level, and they're really clicking. And they've obviously got that game against Dortmund on tomorrow.
Massive.
Away.
Just occasion, isn't it?
Aye, it'll be
great stadium,
brilliant.
Champions League. Fucking hell.
And if Celtic, this is the best position they could be in. They're in form. They're a really good side.
Yeah.
Some good players. They've had that win as well last week in the Champions League, so that'll give them confidence. I know it's a different level of opposition, but again, they've got to take confidence from that. So they're in such a good place to go and take on Dortmund. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare against them. And then we've got.
I think the style of football that Celtic play is got to give anyone bother. Isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's really good.
Fast going forward.
Like this is. So I think Brendan Rodgers got a lot of stick coming back to Celtic. Some Celtic fans didn't want him back, and then there was that him trying to get his style over. When Ange was so successful, he came in. It took him a little bit of time to find his feet. Yes, he won trophies, but it still wasn't the football he was looking for. I think this season, this is when they're seeing it. The players, the players have got a total understanding of what they're doing, on the same page. I know he mentioned actually the St Johnstone game last year when he was last there. He said it was the angriest that he'd ever been, Brendan Rodgers, and he says, look, I'm no manager that gets angry. He says, but I was going mental at half time, how poor we were. And he says, well, we're on a different page at that point, but we're absolutely on the same page now. So they're going well, really well. And then Thursday night we've got Hearts and Rangers.
Rangers are on night.
Yep, Rangers at home to Lyon, which will be a tough game. That will be a hard one.
Well, again, confidence from last week, hopefully.
Malmo 2-0, yeah. So it was a good result, but again, different level of opposition, and it'll be interesting to see. They'll need to play a lot better than they did yesterday, and they'll know that as well. But Hearts away to Dynamo Minsk. So that'll be a tough one and a long journey for them as well. So we'll see how they fare over there. They need to try and turn it around, but again, they're going to have to play better. Next weekend, we've got Montrose.
Montrose, can they?
Must win or not? Nah, not yet. Too early.
Well, I mean, define must win. Yes, we need a must win to get us back on form, to get us back confidence, to get us back playing. It's needed in the league when you look at it, but that's as far as I would say.
Not desperate though yet. There's no panic.
I would say desperate because you want to win.
You're desperate to win.
You desperately want to win, Ken. There's no other desperation, I don't think, apart from that. I mean, no point reading into it too much, Ken. It's 8 games in. It's no great, yes, but it's got to get better. And I know it's easy to say, patience, next week we'll get it, or it's coming. It didn't look like it was coming on Saturday, to be honest. We didn't. I thought when we played Arbroath, I thought we maybe had a wee bit better or whatever, but I didn't think on Saturday we looked a wee bit toothless, and I don't think nothing seemed to click, really. Nothing seemed to click. So we need a reaction, a performance. Because we can, I think.
And it's in there.
Oh, it's in there. No doubt about it, it's in there. I think we just need to go in positive, like I said. It's no point in being down about it or pessimistic. Let's just go at it and have a go.
Yeah.
What would you say in that situation?
It's always difficult. I think you've got to be certainly when I look at, I've not been around part-time football that much, but when I know a lot of players that have been at that level, they've got jobs during the day, so you've got to be light-hearted. You've got to come in with as a coach or a manager,
even a senior pro.
Yep, no, you've got to be enthusiastic. I think you've got to sort of, I don't know, just bring a real positivity to training. Make sure that younger players probably will. So when you go into a losing run, they start to worry a little bit. So you need to
character comes out, doesn't it?
A little bit of reassurance.
It shows a wee bit who's who.
Yep.
When the back's against the wall, I think.
But again, also not panic. Again,
No.
so people can panic very early and think, oh, we've lost a couple of games in a row. Oh, there's real negativity setting on. No, there's not. There's just like, do you know what I mean? Stay calm. Like, make sure you do your training right. Understand what you're doing on the pitch on Saturday. Follow your instructions, and you'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? You've got good enough players, as you say. So, yeah, you need to make sure that everyone's positive around the place, because, as you say, negativity can easily.
Oh, it could eat away.
Yeah,
starts festering in.
It does.
It's simple when you look at it. Football from
Football
the outside
is simple.
in, it's simple.
Yeah,
but
keep
sometimes
the
ball, put it in the goal.
Also, what I would say though is sometimes people complicate football far too much. I've been in teams or with managers that football becomes far too complicated. I've been to change rooms where there's booklets and too much information overload. And see if you just keep it simple. Steve Clark's a prime example. One manager I worked with, Steve Clark, simplified absolutely everything at Kilmarnock. We were on a really bad run. Basically, he used to come in, defenders defend, strikers score goals, midfielders work hard, feed the strikers, make sure you protect your defenders. Be simple, make sure you're robust at set pieces, don't concede, try and score.
Yeah.
And he used to always say every game, play to win but don't get beat. That's what he said before we went on the pitch, play to win but don't get beat. And we just built momentum through that. Literally started to draw a couple of games, and then you started to win a few games, and then you were expected to win games. And it just grows.
Builds and builds. Yeah. I was talking to Willie on the way home about this. Was it Steve Clark that said to you when you were, I don't know, probably other people maybe hear that a lot, or it's maybe a thing that happens higher up all the time, but say you're playing a 3-5-2 or whatever, as soon as you lose the ball, drop into a 4-4-2, everyone knows your shape.
Yep.
Was it Steve Clark, or was that, I kind of mind too, I thought it was Steve Clark, because I thought Goody was telling us about that and all, but
so Steve Clark used to do that, yes. Again, when you
fall into shape,
you were really robust, and again, everyone's seen that, the way that he plays. And I just think what was really good about Steve Clark, instructions were so clear, didn't complicate anything at all. It was just literally very, very clear. And yes, once you got momentum, confidence, you'd won a few games, you were in a good place, he would start to tweak things in. He would then start to ask a little bit more of you, maybe start to drop in a few more set pieces, a few more ideas of being more creative going forward. But see, when you were on a bad run, he didn't come in with loads of information and say, I want you to be playing through the lines and making these passes that are really difficult, or passages of plays that are great if you're in a confident mood, but it's not so good when you lose the ball, and then obviously you think, oh, here we go again, we're under threat. And I just think he simplified absolutely everything until we were in a place that he knew he had the players confident and could take on more information.
Yep.
And that's why he was so successful. And I think he's done that with Scotland a little bit as well. Went in there, had really good players obviously, but just made it clear and simple to them what their jobs were, how to win a game of football. And that's what he done.
It's effective, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because again, mentioning that, when you're saying you can make it as complicated or say, but it comes down to how the player takes on board.
Yeah.
The instructions, whether clear or complicated.
What I would say though as well is with Steve Clark was that if you didn't follow the instructions, you wouldn't play. Simple as that. That was it. Like he gave you clear instructions. If his instructions failed, he would take the blame for it. Mm-hmm. But if you didn't follow his instructions the way that he wanted you to play or wanted you to do, yes, he understands that people make mistakes in games. He was never bothered about that. But if you're doing the right thing that he's asked you to do and you made a mistake, fine. If you're doing something crazy that he didn't ask you to do, wasn't happy with, even if you were successful, even if something come off for you, he would gently remind you, look, this is your job.
Stick to the plan.
Stick to the plan, and we'll get there. And again, as I say, very, very successful manager and a good manager at work, and just had
he's learned, and he's had a good
amazing career.
Yeah, coaching as well.
Mourinho obviously, and Ruud Gullit, and just a crazy amount of managers, top managers that he's worked with, and he's a top manager himself, but a real good aura. He had like this real respect factor when he walked in the chain. Again, never heard him raise his voice much, but you knew when he wasn't happy. Yeah, so and you knew your expectations. Yeah, so just a really good manager, actually. Yeah. So hopefully, good luck to Annan at the weekend.
Yes.
Montrose. Hopefully, you can.
Are you going to the game? Well, you'll be working.
I'll be working on Saturday. Yeah, so hopefully, I can get back on 3 points. And
I've heard a big bumper crowd.
Yeah,
They're aiming for 1,000 or something, Annan.
Going for
Going for 1,000, aye. Minimum.
Get yourself there. Get yourself there and support Annan.
Do you know what?
I'm back on track.
I'm going.
Are you? You going?
I'm going to go.
Well, good luck. Hopefully you just get the 3 points in the bag. And that's all from us on the Black and Gold podcast review show. Keep following us, sharing us on all our social media channels, and we'll see you all soon.
Black and gold.